For decades, historians and martial arts researchers have debated the historical claims surrounding the ninjutsu lineages associated with Takamatsu Toshitsugu, who lived from 1889 to 1972. According to the traditions passed down through his student Masaaki Hatsumi, Takamatsu was the last grandmaster of several historical ninja schools, in an unbroken line including Togakure Ryu, which is associated with the very origins of ninjutsu itself. These traditions are said to stretch back hundreds of years. Despite the extraordinary nature of these claims, independent historical evidence supporting them has never clearly surfaced. This has led some researchers to ask the controversial question: what if the stories themselves have another explanation? One important clue comes directly from Hatsumi himself. Hatsumi has repeatedly stated that Takamatsu suffered from Beriberi. Beriberi is a disease caused by a severe vitamin B1 deficiency, historically linked to diets consisting almost exclusively of polished white rice. The milling process removes the rice husk, which contains almost all the vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, leading to malnutrition. Vitamin B1 is crucial for nerve, heart, and muscle function. This detail may be more important than it first appears. Beriberi was extremely common in Japan during the Edo and Meiji periods. It was so widespread that it became a serious concern for the Japanese military, with large numbers of cases continuing into the early 20th century and even into World War II. According to Hatsumi's account, Takamatsu became so weak from this illness that he could barely walk. He reportedly retreated into the mountains where he encountered a Yamabushi. The Yamabushi supposedly performed kuji-in rituals, after which Takamatsu recovered. This account sounds like another in a list of similar unusual stories from Takamatsu's life. Being healed from Beriberi from a Yamabushi is an intriguing idea. However, modern medicine tells us something important about severe vitamin B1 deficiency. When untreated, Beriberi can progress into a neurological condition. This is known as Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. This disorder affects the brain and can produce a combination of physical and cognitive symptoms. In the early stages, patients may experience confusion, disorientation, and difficulty thinking clearly. They often develop problems with balance and coordination, making walking difficult. Eye movement abnormalities, tremors, and low blood pressure are all common symptoms. If the condition continues, it can develop into the full syndrome, a disorder that primarily affects memory and can be irreversible. People with this syndrome often suffer severe memory impairment. They may struggle to form new memories and may lose access to older ones. But one of the most remarkable symptoms is something called confabulation. Confabulation is not lying. A person who confabulates is not trying to deceive anyone. Instead, their brain fills in gaps in memory by creating stories or details that feel completely real to them. These memories can range from minor inaccuracies to elaborate narratives. The person affected genuinely believes them, even when they are clearly inconsistent with reality. Some researchers have suggested that this may provide a possible explanation for the extraordinary claims surrounding Takamatsu's life. Consider the nature of many of these stories. According to various accounts, Takamatsu defeated a professional sumo wrestler at the age of 13 after jumping into the ring. At 15, he allegedly defeated a 27-year-old karate expert, while another fighter refused to face him because he supposedly knew secret fighting techniques. Other stories describe him disguising himself to escape attackers. He then claimed to have travelled to China, where he fought numerous matches to the death, trained hundreds of students, and even served as the personal bodyguard to the last emperor of China. These accounts read less like documented history and more like outlandish folklore. But confabulation offers a different way to interpret them. If a person experiences memory disruption caused by severe vitamin B1 deficiency, their mind may unconsciously weave together fragments of information from many stories. Over time, these elements can merge into a coherent personal narrative that feels completely authentic. From this perspective, some of Takamatsu's martial knowledge may have come from real sources, such as the Kukishin-ryu dojo that he was previously banished from, historical writings, martial arts literature, and the popular culture of the early 20th century in Japan. With a mind affected by confabulation, these influences could gradually become part of a person's real-life story. This theory could also explain some of the controversies surrounding historical scrolls and lineages. Critics have noted unusual details in certain genealogies, including figures that appear strikingly similar to fictional characters from comic books and Japanese popular media of the era. Hatsumi said that Takamatsu had to recreate the scrolls of the schools he inherited because the original scrolls had been lost in a fire. If confabulation was involved, to explain to himself why he had no scrolls, Takamatsu may have sincerely believed that earlier scrolls had been lost in a fire, and that he, as the last inheritor, needed to recreate them, using these fictional characters as names of grandmasters, believing they were real historical people. In that scenario, the recreated history would not be a deliberate fabrication. It would be a false memory reconstruction. Another interesting detail involves the Toda family. A book published in 1939 mentioned the Toda family in connection with the Iga region, historically associated with ninja activity. Within roughly 20 years of that publication, Takamatsu was reportedly identifying the Toda family as his own lineage and referring to a teacher known as Toda Sensei. Age may also be relevant. Takamatsu was reportedly about 69 years old when he first met Hatsumi. Advanced age combined with nutritional deficiency can increase the risk of neurological complications. Photographs of Takamatsu show a very thin physique with visible ribs, something consistent with long-term nutritional issues. His vision may also have been affected. Hatsumi himself also stated that Takamatsu had low blood pressure throughout his life and would drink a glass of salt water every morning. As mentioned earlier, low blood pressure is a symptom associated with beriberi. All of this raises an important question. If Takamatsu was suffering from the long-term neurological effects of vitamin B1 deficiency, what does that mean for the organizations that emerged from his teachings? This perspective does not require assuming that anyone was intentionally lying. Instead, it suggests something far more human, the possibility that memory illness and storytelling combined to create a powerful martial arts mythology that eventually became the foundation of Takamatsu's interpretation of ninjutsu. Understanding that possibility does not diminish the dedication of those who train in these organizations today. However, it may help to explain why, like the ninja themselves, the historical evidence behind some of the most extraordinary claims of Takamatsu have remained so elusive.